a good local history book for Fulton County and surrounding areas for CB&Q. Hold on. A history of the CB&Q Peoria branch, including the Buda to Rushville branch line, which went through Canton, by R.W. Linroth. It's pretty informational and stuff. You got pictures. These are from Farmington. Wow. F unit, Burlington North. Yeah. CB&Q. More. That's 1971, so that would have been the Burlington Northern era. CB&Q was a few other railroads merged in 1970 to become the Burlington Northern. And there's Farmington, that bridge with the caboose. And all the coal mines in the area. The coal mine at Norris had an electric locomotive that would just switch cars and all that. And that mine closed down in 1980, I think. Same, the Norris mines. Norris used to have a depot not far from that current grain elevator that's abandoned. I think the current, the grain elevators from the 20s or something, or 1917. I got a video on it somewhere. This is coming into Canton. Someone took a picture of a BN train. Then you got the streetcar and all that in Canton. Streetcar again. That one's in Fairview, colorized. This streetcar's in Lewiston. The coal fields in Fulton County. The Buckhart mine near Dunfermline closed in '84. Some pictures, probably the '70s, of the coal mine at the Buckhart coal mine. That would have been cool to see. There's a locomotive at that mine. St. David had a depot at one point. That's gone. There's a little sister mine at St. David in 1948. I think it closed in the '60s or around '70. I don't remember. And near Dunfermline and St. David was a wreck, a CB&Q wreck, poor F unit, but more importantly, poor train crew. I'm not sure. I think the Illinois engineer was killed or something. By the looks of it, yeah. And then there's more of the pictures of that. This is on November 30th, 1963. Collision. A train ran in a string of empty coal hoppers between Canton and Dunfermline. Then at one point you had a circus train, I think Lewiston, 1903. Liverpool even had a coal dock. Trains would be in trains on the delivered at coal to in Buckhart mine. I had a coal dock there too. There's the coal loading dock in Liverpool. Then you got the narrow gauge. You got plenty of the narrow gauge. Was built and started operations in 1880. The narrow gauge itself ran until 1905. CB&Q took over, upgraded at the standard gauge around 1905, and ran it until the 1930s when they abandoned the tracks. 34 or 35, something like that. A good book on the Fulton County narrow rate gauge. The Spoon River P vine is the history of Fulton County narrow gauge railway Spoon River P vine by E.W. Marine. Uh, it has a lot of information. Wow, CB&Q had a wreck in 1924 near Vermont. Part of the structure of that water tower for the Vermont Depot, I think, is still there. The slabs. Ray, Illinois, near Rushville, had a accident in 1924, so it must have been between Ray and Vermont. Maybe, I don't know. Rushville even had a depot. That's where that branch line ended, was Rushville. Tracks are removed. That stretch was abandoned in 1980, and tracks are moved in 82. The CB&Q that was in Fairview used to be narrow gauge, and the CB&Q took over. There's their depot. Fiat or whatever used to have one too, and a coal mine. Here's I guess a train that went off the tracks. Wasn't this Cuba? Yeah, it says Cuba. It doesn't say the year. But there was coal mines in that area, and that one served the Fayette mine, I think, or Fairview. Now, Cuba had two depots, the TP&W and the CB&Q, both next to each other. CB&Q crossed the TP&W, went north to Fayette. Yeah, that's it on the Fulton County side of the narrow gauge. The CB&Qs and all that, Burlington Northern. I've only remember a couple of trains on the Canton and in Canton and Lewiston. I was CB&Q, not CB&Q. Hell, I wasn't even alive then. Burlington Northern. Plenty of trains on the TP&W and the Santa Fe line through Canton at Santa Fe for a while in the 80s. and it went back to TP&W. Now it's operated by Keokuk Junction Railway. I have plenty of videos on KJRY. You know, one of the last books I have, well, I have an Amtrak one somewhere. Anyway, the Peoria Way, you see the authors there, the TP&W, this area. There's a shot at Canton on that curve. That's in 1983. That was the final day of the TP&W before it merged with the Santa Fe Railroad and became Santa Fe until 89 when it went back to TP&W. I'm guessing that's around, yeah, that's Canton too. Then Ray Walt's outside of Canton. This is east of Canton. Uh, around Smithfield, I think. West of Cuba. The Spoon River Bridge, which is no longer that kind of bridge because a train at Keokuk Junction derailed on it in 2013. It was demolished. A new one was built. A bunch of Asian carp was killed. Nobody could care less, but the FDA got fined them though, or something like that. It's like, why? You're killing an invasive species, so that's how you get rid of Asian carp. Throw train cars of corn syrup in at them. Good to know. That's Marietta. But I think that's all my the train stuff. I got plenty of videos on YouTube. KJRY, a few TB&W trains from one Eureka and a lot from Mapleton area in Bartonville. Burlington Northern, Santa BNSF. I got plenty of. I got plenty of some Canadian National and Canadian Pacific. Quite a bit of Union Pacific. I even went to the Crandon, what was it, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I'm sure there's other railroad. Iowa Interstate's another one I filmed. Anyway, have a good day. Thank you for watching. Whisker says hi.